many of all the colleagues will know, biology was not even considered science. So in the 19th century, only we started recognizing that a science. In all series of stalwarts you go, they will say, the guy studied natural history. So the biology was not considered. So it was this transition from natural history to considering biology as a science came through the application of technologies. And all these technologies came from other disciplines. Like the physics contributed to the microscope. So once the microscope came, then we started seeing the cell. And then the chemistry picked up. Even the radiation research gave us basis for genetics, mutations. So all the progress in biology has been through technologies, and even till date, now whatever is happening, all major discoveries they are through technologies, and this is one area particularly for the younger colleagues now. Indian biology is making impact internationally. This is where we need to really concentrate the younger generation in terms of developing new technologies, because the ramifications are really, really huge. And just so everybody is aware of that, just to mention PCR, now that transformed every discipline, not only biology but beyond biology, simple one technique. So that's where this association is different from many other associations in the country. Now, the training courses, and it's a very kind of emotional moment for us because we used to participate in those, and many of the colleagues came in terms of the training. Dr. Dubey is here. The training courses used to be in-house training courses. That means that you come there, work for 2 weeks, and many of these people who came in the younger investigators who came in the training program, they later on graduated to start using these technologies, submitting grant applications, and becoming PIs in their own rights, and then with their results to see everywhere in the biology. Now, some of the, it was not only the DNA fingerprinting, but when we concentrated on other DNA technologies also, like the themes varied from proteomics, genomics, biodiversity. Recently, we have organized a meeting in impact with big data, that is the genomics, how it's going to impact big data or the artificial intelligence in genomics. That's what meeting was organized in Chandigarh. And as we know, today's meeting itself, that is now what is going to happen is that there are 3 aspects broadly. One is the genotype, the processing of those data, and the phenotype. So the last point I would like to make is that genotyping is not the issue, because after all, if you have the machines, and what are the existing technologies, there's plenty of information is being churned out. Now, to make sense of that is still a big challenge of those data that are coming out. And this is most important is the phenotype, whether we talk of the animal sciences, agriculture, or medical. Our medical sciences, the history as a patient, well, in some of the countries, developed countries, from since birth and the rest of the life, you will have complete information about what happened to the health and what will matter, and then you go back and retrospectively convert that information into knowledge. But that is something one area is lacking. And the same is true, let's say, even the animal sciences, we don't have those data. And finally, to make sense of these, put them together, and to make that remains a challenge. And with these few words, I thank the university. Now we have represented by the director of the institution and the dean and our department for hosting us there, and of course our friend, colleague, and student Ganesh Chobe. So it's really, really pleasure, particularly for me individually, to get associated and see, and at least in spite of the very, very bright hairs, feel young amongst the young guys who remember the old days. And I was just doing the breakfast saying that what I remember is the best being 3rd floor and Lalji's samosa at 6 o'clock in the evening. So that was and we were the East Wingers, kind of second grade citizens, like in this month. So So, but that used to be fun at 6 o'clock, and I can see Tanvas here. So, welcome, Dr. Tanvas. I don't know from which side you are, but you are from every side. I wish you all the best, and Banaras is a wonderful place. And those of you who have not visited it, my personal favorite in Banaras is Munshi Premchand's village, which is not very far off, his house, Sarnath, about Buddhism, and of course Kabir, the great scientist, I would call the great scientist of the subcontinent, who always talked sense, and a great example that if you will talk sense, people will make you nonsense. So that's where this guy came. So this is a nice place where I request you to go around and enjoy your stay here. Thank you very much, and pleasure to welcome you all on behalf of the institution.
Thank you very much, sir. I think for the ADNAT Society members who are here who already know, but for the other young researchers, probably it was a very illuminating and insightful message. Now, can I please request our director, sir, Professor Anil Kumar Tripathi, to kindly please to put the welcome address.
Distinguished chief guest, President of the ADNAT Society, Dean, Faculty of Science, and Department of Zoology, the Dean, Faculty of Social Science, other heads of the departments, and very eminent faces and top of the science, Professor Partha Majumdar, Professor Raj, and our own Professor Nakotia and Professor Rajiv Raman, delegates from abroad and different institutions, and I can see a lot of younger faces, which augurs well for the future of the area of fingerprinting and technologies. Welcome to this capital of knowledge, the Banaras University. It's not my statement, it's a statement of Dr. Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar, who wrote the Kulgeet of Banaras University, which you just heard about it, heard it a few moments ago. Sarva Vidya Ki Rajdhani. And Banaras University is the largest institution, a single campus, which offers learning in about 140 plus disciplines. And the Institute of Science is located in the center of Banaras University because the founder of this university, whom we offered our floral tributes a while ago, he wanted the studies of the ancient knowledge together with the modern outlook. And that is why the science has been at the heart of this Banaras University. Today I am representing both Institute of Science and Banaras University, and on behalf of the university and on behalf of the Institute of Science, I extend a warm welcome to you. Welcome to the dream word of our founder, Malviya ji, who had thought that the best of knowledge will come and emanate from this institution. And that is why he established so many departments within a campus, with the hope that all these departments, all these faculties will come together, interact, and develop new areas of knowledge. Kashi has been a source of knowledge. It has been a confluence of different streams of knowledge, as was mentioned, starting from Tulsidas, Kabir, Buddha, and so many other, Sant Ravidas, so many, spiritual seekers. They all came to Varanasi, they shared their knowledge, and they took away, I should not say took away, they took along with them a lot of knowledge. And that is why Varanasi has been considered as a confluence of different streams of knowledge, particularly in chose Varanasi, the Kashi, to share his experiences with his disciples. And keeping that in view, I consider it extremely important that this kind of convention is being held here, which will allow sharing of knowledge among each one of you, and which will lead to new areas of application of DNA fingerprinting related technology. The Institute of Science is almost like a small university. If you look at Banaras Hindu University, which has a strength of about 2,000 faculty members and about 40,000 students, the Institute of Science has a strength of 310 faculty members and about 6,000 students, including the departments, about 14 departments. And out of those 14 departments, we take pride that the life sciences is one of the most visible departments or the areas in this university. Department of Zoology, Botany, Biochemistry, Biotechnology, Molecular Human Genetics, Center for Genetic Disorders, and above all, an interdisciplinary School of Life Sciences to bring them all together on the same table. So these are the strength of the Institute of Science and of the life sciences. And we are very proud that Dr. Lalji Singh was one of the alumni of this great institution. I think the researches, if I am correct, the researches carried out by him under the supervision of Professor S.K. Rai Chaudhary about the banded rat miner that eventually, the conserved region, which eventually developed into a very useful probe to pave the way for the development of the DNA fingerprinting. That is a great matter of great satisfaction for all of us that this led to this Banaras Hindu University, Department of Zoology, and the research of Dr. Lalji Singh led to the development of this area. And therefore, holding this kind of conference in Banaras Hindu University is very apt and very timely. And I, on behalf of the Institute of Science, once again extend you a very warm welcome. And I really admire the efforts of the enthusiasm, if I may not call it over-enthusiasm, of Dr. Ganeshwar Chaube to organize it in such a manner so that this event becomes memorable and you cherish the memories of this conference for long. I will also mention, I would like to mention that please do not forget to go around and assimilate the ethos of Banaras University as well as Varanasi, and I'm sure Professor Ganeshwar Chaudhary might have made adequate efforts in that direction. So with these words, I would like to wish all of you to have a good time, academic as well as cultural and spiritual in Varanasi. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your insightful words and basically sharing the vision of Mahavanaji and sharing the thoughts of Professor Lalji Singh, who was here in the department and often has heard from Raman sir about his really stories of his discoveries which were made here. I now kindly request our Dean Ma'am, Professor Madhurika Agarwal, Dean Faculty of Science, to kindly share her thoughts.
A very good morning to one and all in this hall. I feel very delighted to welcome you all in this hall, wherein you have come for the 23rd convention of ADNAT on translating human evolutionary history to precision medicine. As said by our director, you have come to a place which has so diverse subjects in this one campus that a lot of interdisciplinary things are going on as well. I'm very happy that this event is also being organized by so many people from so many disciplines. The organizing committee is right from IIT BHU to the ancient history, to the Department of Geology, to the Center of Genetic Disorder, and many more. So this is something, which is the dream of our founder also, that in one campus, if all these subjects are taught, so they will interact among themselves and they will do research also. So the engineering will also be part of this university since very beginning, that when the basic sciences will be worked out on the nature, then how that principles can be taken for various technologies, that was also thought of at that point of time. I am very thankful to the Society of ADNAT that they have chosen this venue for this convention, because as said by Dr. Satish Kumar, that this is for the first time it is happening in Banaras Hindu University, despite Professor Laljit Singh and alumnus as well as our Vice Chancellor was one of the persons who organized this, who contributed in this particular society. So thank you very much for choosing this as a place of this convention. I'm very happy to see a large number of galaxies of scientists. Many of them even I can see, because I have also seen the flyer of this convention and I could know them, and I know few of them also here, and they all are here to discuss on various aspects, and most importantly the technology. So the one thing which I like most of this convention, that they also plan some kind of training to the younger generation, so that the knowledge which is with the seniors or the technologies which are with the seniors then can be passed on to the younger generation, and they can take this to the longer path. So this is one of the very appreciative effort of this society, that you all are contributing to various things. It is not just few office bearers who are responsible for organizing this. The way this whole event is being organized, the way it is coming in the newspaper, in the media, I congratulate the entire organizing committee, and most importantly Professor Chaube for making the people of Varanasi as well as India know that what are the importance of this. Being an environmental scientist, I understand that what is the importance of this all genetic attributes, because we see in the field conditions how plants are able to resist or tolerate various abiotic stresses, despite others in the neighborhood are not able to. So that is something very important, and this must be continued. So at the last, because a lot of things have been said about our university and the institute, on behalf of the Institute of Science and on behalf of the Faculty of Science, I feel very proud and privileged to welcome you all in this convention, and I also assure you of all the assistance which be needed from the organizing secretary and his team, as well as from ourselves also. I wish a very comfortable stay of you all in this, and most importantly very, very good academic deliberations for the future path. Thank you very much for giving me this chance to be with you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. We are in fact a diverse organizing committee, and we hope that we will, put up to the expectations of the participants, and together with everybody, look up to networking and collaborations in this meeting. I now request our head of the department, zoology, Professor Arvind Acharya, who is the organizing, the member or the department, to please come and share his thoughts.
Good morning to everybody. Wonderful Director, Institute of Science, Professor A.K. Tripathi, and President, Professor Satish Kumar, and Dean Faculty of Science, Professor Madhurika Agrawal, and Chief Guest, Professor Basant Singh, and convener of this, and that is Gyaneshwar Chaube, in the meeting, dignitaries and the dais on the dais, and delegates, participants from India and all around the world, my colleagues, students, and the different departments of the Institute of Science, ladies and gentlemen. On the behalf of the member of the Department of Zoology, the members of the ladies and the gentlemen, on the behalf of the Department of Zoology members or the organizing committee, on the other own behalf, I welcome to all at this at the 2023 organized by the Department of Zoology. And just we are giving a brief introduction about the Department of Zoology. This Department of Zoology was founded in 1921 in BHU, one of the leading departments in the country that not only provide up-to-date teaching, but has also taken a leading and introduced a newer disciplines to the teaching curricula. The department offers BSc, MSc, and PhD programs in zoology. The growth of diversity in the teaching has been made possible by the inductions of the progressive faculty members who researches in the diverse area like physiology, molecular biology of PhD, hormonal control of reproduction and body risk, immunology, cancer biology, insect and fish biology, genetics and chromosomal evolutions, and functional and regulation of non-coding RNA, and biophysics and bioinformatics have not only added to the knowledge in the frontier area, but also has added the ambience that will stimulate the creative research. This level of the growth and progress is not only possible due to development of technical expertise and creation and the state of the art of the laboratory too. The number of the individual research projects guaranteed by even by the faculty members from the various national or international agencies. The contribution and achievement of the department has been recognized from time to time in the form of support received from the UGC University Grant Commission New Delhi as a Special Assistance Program SAP 1972 to 1985, which was subsequently elevated to Center of Advanced Research Studies CAS under the several phases starting from 1985 to 2023, courses 1986 to 1991, and DST phase supported by 2001 to 2007, 2007 to 2012, and 2018 to 2023. These recognition and support has subsequently contributed to the achievement of the department in the area of the research. Our department houses the central instrumentation facility containing a state of art of equipment which is accessible to our MSc students, PhD scholars, students from the sister department too. We have a large spacious museum hall where preserved a specimen of all sorts of animal models related to animal development, anatomy, evolution, fossils, skeleton of the vertebrates are kept. A stuffed tiger is the unique, and a camel skeleton are the special attraction for the students and the visitors of this department of zoology. A central computer laboratory is available in the department with more than 60 computers, and this department has own library besides a huge central library of the university. A total number of books is 9,000 books are separately listed in the Department of Zoology, directly related to zoology and all disciplines of the research. With the brief introduction to the Unions newspapers, Department of the Zoology will still continue to maintain a tradition of a strong training excellence. I once again welcome to you in BHU, the capital of the knowledge and the city of the night, Varanasi, which wishes that you will have a joyful stay and enjoy the fruitful scientific lessons. I also invite to you all to take some time and enjoy the scenery of beauties and the campus and visit to our beautiful and unique department. Apart from that, this Banaras is a constituency of our Prime Minister's Sri Honorable Narendra Modi, and as I already, although this city is ancient, and they have already made a systematic way where in Inauguration there is a paint city and other the subjects and temples and other things, and these are the things which have been those who are come from the outside the Varanasi, they can enjoy and see here. Thank you to all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing your thoughts. I now request our esteemed chief guest, Professor Vasant Shinde, Bhatnagar Fellow, CCMB, to kindly come and share his thoughts.
Namaste to all. Good morning. Professor Satish Kumar, the President of ADNAT. Professor Satish Tripathi, the Director of the Science Center. Professor Madhulika Agrawal, Dean of Science. Professor Acharya, head of the Department of Zoology. There are a number of eminent scholars like Professor Rangraj, Professor Rao, Professor Partha Majumdar, the eminent scholars from different parts of the world, including India, the faculty of the Department of Zoology, the students, my friends from different disciplines. I'm happy to see my friend who is the Dean of Humanities now. Now friends, firstly I would like to thank the organizers, the ADNAT, the committee, and PH also for inviting me and giving me this honor. I'm an archaeologist, but we have started this archaeogenetic research in the country, and I'm happy to see some of my colleagues from CCMB also. I'm presently a Bhatnagar Fellow in CCMB and trying to develop the National Facility for Ancient DNA Research in the country. Now, this particular organization, ADNAT, I think this was established by Professor Lalji Singh, and there are a number of eminent scholars associated with this. And let me tell you that I have met Professor Lalji Singh. I have worked with him when I was quite young, and I know his immense contribution. In fact, he has been instrumental in this, in revolutionizing this particular field, the genomic science in the country. And he is the one, in fact, who started the ancient DNA research in the country. And I'm happy that we are now trying to carry forward this research that he has initiated. Now, the work that has been done, in fact, in the country, and the theme of the organization, theme of this particular seminar, is quite relevant, because we are doing research, in fact, in the field, but how that research can be transmitted to the society, that is very important. And the time has come that we can develop some some medicines or some medical system based on genomics or DNA research, and that will certainly help the society in a better way. Now, BHU, in fact, I have got a close association with BHU because of my colleagues in the Department of Archaeology, History, and also from IIT, and of course my friend Professor Ganeshwar Chaubey. Now, Professor Ganeshwar Chaubey, of course, is a very, very dynamic and he is also trying to develop. In fact, we are trying to develop this facility for ancient DNA in PHU also, and I hopefully that that will also realize very soon. So this is a very important occasion for me also to participate. I'm so happy to see number of students, in fact, particularly young scholars who have come here. Now, what is required now here when we talk about any field? That multi-institutional, multidisciplinary approach is very important, and that is not only for archaeology, because we are doing a lot of this multidisciplinary approach and research, but also I feel that very important, because when for the first time, I have attended so many conferences, seminars, but for the first time I'm seeing the experts from different fields coming together. And I feel that if you really want to progress any discipline, this is the right approach. And I'm happy to see the archaeology colleagues here, my anthropology colleagues, also my friend from Netherlands, Suresh, George Van Pink, linguist. So there are different experts in fact coming together and discussing common field. In fact, I'm happy to see Professor Dhanraj, who is instrumental in doing continuing research that which was initiated by Professor Lalji Singh, and we are happy in fact of that. Now I'll talk a little bit about the research that we have done. The archaeogenetic, two important fields that we have introduced in the country. One is the of course archaeogenetic research, and the other one of course is the craniofacial reconstruction, the forensic science and the reconstruction of the ancient people, the facial reconstruction. That's what we have done. The site of Rakhigarhi, this is the biggest Harappan city located in the northern part of the country, in the state of Haryana. We have excavated this particular site, and we have recovered a lot of human skeletal remains. Of course, now we have done a lot of research on the various aspects like the health of the people, diet of the people, but we had we had no idea about who are the Harappan people, because there were different hypotheses. Some scholars said that they were the local people, some said that they came from outside, but we had not really established scientifically the genetic history of the Harappan people, and therefore I initiated this particular research in 2006 itself. But I frankly admit that when we started the work at a site called Farmana, which is close to Rakhigarhi, now there we miserably failed. One of the objectives that we had at Farmana was to extract DNA from the human skeletal remains and understand the genetic history of the people. But our approach was wrong, because we were not really prepared for these archaeogenetic research that time. We had not taken proper precaution for the excavation. We just excavated the way we used to excavate the barriers. But in 2012, in fact, we came in contact with some of the Korean scientists. Seoul National University has perhaps one of the finest forensic science department, and then they advised us that we had to take proper precaution. One mistake that we had done, in fact, at the site of Parmana was that we excavated nearly 70 barriers at one and the same time. We kept them open for nearly 2 months, and that was a mistake that we realized. And then, of course, when we realized our mistake, then we corrected that fact at the site of Rakhigarhi. And then, of course, with new approach, we started the excavation of barriers at the site of Rakhigarhi. And I'm really happy to inform you that, in spite of the fact that the climatic conditions is adverse, it's not really conducive for the preservation of organic matter in the country. But in spite of that, we have found DNA, very authentic DNA. In fact, one skeletal remains out of 60 barriers that we have excavated. But this was very, very important breakthrough. I think there was some criticism that how we can say on the genetic history on the basis of one skeletal remains. But people who understand the population genomics, I think they will understand that even from the one skeletal remain, we can certainly try to understand the genetic history. It is like tasting rice, whether rice is cooked or not. We pick up one grain and we try to understand that. So it is something like that. And also I am happy to know that Professor Pablo, who has received this Nobel Prize, in fact, he has shown interest in fact working on this Rakigadi sculpture remains. Somehow it did not materialize that time, but maybe in future we will be able to do this particular research with collaboration with him also. What is important here, we have realized that only one source is not really enough. So at Rakigadi, we have, we discovered, three different sources. We generated three different sources. One is the archaeological source, the other one is of course genetic source, and third one of course the craniofacial reconstruction we did. And we synthesize all the sources properly. And then we on the basis of that we came across or we were able to reach to some proper conclusion. So when we excavated, we found that that we have a proper data in fact to indicating that this particular culture was established by the common by the local people, because right from the beginning from 6000 BCE to up to 2600 BCE we found proper evidence of the gradual growth of various technologies that were introduced by the people. So that was very important evidence that we had. Secondly, when we analyze the data from the side of the genetic data, then we realize that that for last almost 10,000 years we have this same genetic history. There is no break in fact in the genetic history. And also we compared with the modern population. We nearly chose 3,500 samples from different parts of South Asia, right from Afghanistan to the whole of India, and from Andaman to Kashmir and Ladakh. And we took the samples of different groups present in South Asia, different linguistic group, different religious group. And what we found was very interesting that the genes of the Harappans are found in fact in major population of South Asia. This is an indication that we are getting. And most of the people in fact in South Asia, they are very part of this particular genetic history. So that is very important. At no stage we find any evidence of the breakage in the genetic history or discontinuity of genetic history at any stage. And therefore we see the continuity from from the beginning of the Harappan culture till the end of the Harappan culture. And in terms of genetic history, it has continued till modern times. So that was again very important evidence we had. And the third evidence that we had was the craniofacial reconstruction of the Harappan people for the first time, of course, that was done. And we have shown in fact how exactly the Harappan people who existed 5,000 years ago, how exactly they looked like. And surprisingly, what we found that there is a lot of similarity between the Harappans and the modern population. So there also appears to be a continuity as far as the complexity is concerned. So these are the three important evidences that we use. Had we used only one evidence, perhaps we would not have been able to reach to this conclusion. But this is the type of research that we have done. And this research was done in fact by different organizations coming together. Technical College, of course, is a very well-known institute in the country for archaeological research, which is in Pune. So I represented Technical College at that time. Then, of course, CCMB was the partner, Professor Thangraj, Neeraj Rai. We worked together at that time. And also the Department of Archaeology, Haryana State Government. So that is how these three different organizations came together. And we collaborated with Harvard University, with Seoul National University also. So that was a example how this multi-institutional research can be carried out. And then of course we had also a lot of other scientists involved. We have botanists also, we had zoologists involved with this research. Also the Sanskrit scholar, because we have a lot of data in fact which we feel that that can be correlated with the Harappan period. So we had also some scholars from that field, also anthropologists working with us. So that was really a new beginning impact of research in the country. So that was kind of research, and I feel that this is the kind of research that we need to do in the country. So without taking much time, I will stop here. But I hope that this particular conference will certainly discuss some of the important issues. I think it is not enough, in fact, to talk about what we have done, but what is your plan, in fact, about the next 5 years? Maybe that also needs to be discussed. And I'm sure that the students and the eminent scholars working, who are gathered here, they will be able to, discuss some of the important issues. So I wish all the best for the success of the conference. I again thank Professor Ganeshwar Chobe. I wish him great success, him and his team. And I'm extremely happy to be in Banaras because this is the cultural capital of the country, not only cultural but spiritual capital of the country. And I hope that all of you will enjoy your stay in Banaras. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, sir. I think he is leading the field of archaeogenetics in India, and hopefully with the emerging branch, we'll also come up with the good research plans out here in this conference. Supporting the sustainability, environmental sustainability, we thought of not printing the abstract books, and therefore we have provided with the abstract e-book. And I now request Professor Vasant Shinde sir to kindly come again and do the inauguration of the abstract book. I would kindly request Dr. Anand to assist. The abstract book will be emailed to all of you, and you'll soon have it on your inboxes. It's done? Okay. So Dr. Rahul Mishra already ensured that it's done. And yes, in case you haven't received it, please check your spam folder. As many of the emails were actually going in there. So as we, put towards the end of the inaugural ceremony, I would now request Professor Ganeshwar Chobe to kindly come and thank our distinguished and esteemed guests for this inaugural session.
Namaste, good morning to all of you. So we are first, actually I played Holi a lot and this is how my sound has gone. But I'm really grateful to ADNAT Society for giving us the opportunity to organize this conference. Our director sir, our dean madam, our head of the department, and then all the dignitaries sitting at the dais, all the dignitaries sitting in front of me, all my seniors, all my colleagues, all the students. We are really thankful for you to come here and then either deliver the lecture or discuss with the people. So these 3 days is going to be very exciting for all of you. We are looking forward for hearing all of you. So there is a long list of organizing committee. I think I should still read with my low voice. So the backbone of the conference is our team, which has worked almost 24/7, at least for 2 weeks continuously. Dr. K. Thangaraj was directing from CDFD Hyderabad, Dr. Neeraj Rai, Dr. Gaurav Pandey, Dr. Guru Datta, Dr. Akhtar Ali, Dr. Rakesh Taman, Dr. Sadanand Pandey from our department, Dr. Ajay Kumar Pathak, Nagarjuna, our student his most fascinating student of us, Prajwal Pratap Singh, Anshika Srivastav, Devashruti, Aditya, Rudra Bande, Vanya Singh, Urgyan, Chanchal, Vishnu Dev Yadav, Sailesh Desai, Chandan Maurya, Sachin Kumar, and Satya Prakash. Our scientific advisors were Professor Lakhotia, Professor B.N. Singh, Professor Rajiv Raman, Professor J.K. Roy, Professor A.K. Singh, Professor M.G. Dabadia, Professor B.L. Mohapatra, Dr. Devanjan Sinha, Dr. Richa Arya, Dr. B.C. Mondal, Professor V.N. Mishra, Dr. Pawan Dubey, Professor Satish Kumar, Dr. Avinash Rashalkar, Dr. Bhupendra Kumar, Dr. Abhishek Pathak, and Dr. Anurag Tiwari. Our treasurer were Dr. Rahul Mishra and Dr. Anand Singh. Our organizing secretary were Dr. Sachin Tiwari and Dr. Chandana Basu. Our co-convener were Professor V. Ramanathan, Dr. Pankaj Srivastav. I also have a lot of my childhood friends here, many media persons, catering, decorations. There are many people who are involved in many, many things. And most importantly, the fundings. It has started from 101 rupees from my mother's donation and then increased with the Sir Bharatiya Bhasha Samiti, Department of Biotechnology, in Genomics, Mag Genome, Redcliffe, and Promega. So thank you very much for giving your time. And now I welcome you all for this exciting 3 days of conference. Thank you so much.